Hi there, welcome to Rider Bonsai and Cacti again. Thank you for joining me again. This video we're going to be working on this, and probably you're wondering what the magnificent is this? Well, it's a former Christmas tree. I already told you in previous videos that I bought a few of them beginning of this year, January 23. I bought uh, about 15, 16 of them um, from a shop where you can buy plants, animal food, and stuff like this. And these were the Christmas trees they did not sell. I bought them and I paid a total amount for all of them of 10 euros. Well, one cannot make a mistake for 10 euros, I think. This was the first one I decided to work on. And am I very happy with how it turned out? No. Well, why did it? Why did you do it? Well, just experimenting. That's the good thing if you can buy a bunch of those trees for that kind of money. It almost costs nothing, and it gives you a lot of possibilities. I have to say, to experiment, to practice, to do things which you maybe wouldn't have done to this tree if you would have bought it for 20, 30, 40 euros, maybe even more. So what did this was a large tree. I cut it here, and what I wanted to do is make a sort of hollow tree. Um, what I need to do is taper it a little bit better from here to here, and here the same. But I, as I said, I wanted to work on this, um, but you also have to keep the health of the tree in mind. I mean, I strained the tree a lot. Um, I worked on a little bit on the roots because it had to fit in this training pot. Well, actually, it's a washing dish bowl, but okay. I think you're going to be hearing my dogs in a few seconds because they are outside. Weather is fantastic, at least for the 27th of September, and there are a few people walking in the street. They don't like this. Every piece of land they can see, they think it's their property and they have to protect, even though it's in the street. Thankfully, we live quite on a lonely place, so there are not too many people in the street. And I don't want to punish them for barking because they are protecting, um, well, their land and their people and the property. So um, I don't want to punish them for something which, first of all, they should do, which is in their in their instinct, and which I like them to do. So, but this was a little bit of a side road. I took a lot of the tree out. There's some spider webs in here. I took a lot of the tree out here. A lot of wood. I took it. It's this one is dead. This one is dead. Um, am I happy with the result? No, totally no. Why? Well, it looks strange. I can see this myself. I mean, even if I work on this, so taper it a bit more, um, which I want to do, even then, it looks like a very strange tree. Um, I don't like the bar handles, so it means these two branches come from the same spot and the same here. and then this is supposed to be the leader. I think it looks very, very strange. At least the tree had the possibility to regain vigor, start to grow. You can see new growth here, new growth in the top, new growth here. This part has almost no new growth, which is too bad because what do I want to do? Well, first of all, as you probably noticed by now, I don't like bar branches. Two branches on each side of the trunk coming from the same spot. This is a bar branch. I don't like this. So I need to do something. What I could do is, for example, cut off this branch, cut off this branch. Then I got rid of the bar branches. Do I want to do this? No. Why not? Because it still looks bad. Well, I think the tree would look even more bad. So that's not an option. Then what is an option? Well, this branch has the most side branches, um, and it looks like it's bendable. So I want to do something um, quite drastic, and that's cut this off, this part, cut it here, and cut this branch off. And then try to bend this to make a more of an interesting trunk, and bend this branch into the new trunk. If that all doesn't work out, I still have this back branch here. So even if I destroy this, I could try and build a new tree with this branch, but I don't know if it would look good. Um, I don't see a lot of new buds. And we already looked in another movie, looked at one of this tree's brothers or sisters. We worked on this and it had quite some back budding. And I think this is because that tree is more in the sun. This tree, the one which is on the table now, was standing in my shade area. Why? Well, because of the repotting. I wanted to give it enough time to recover from the repotting. So, what am I going to do now? I'm going to stop the movie, take off the wire mostly, and then come back to you again in a second. I think everybody knows how to take off wire, so that's why I'm not going to show you. Otherwise, the movie would be too long. So, there we are again. I took off part of the wire. And first thing I want to do is make sure this tapers a little bit better. Especially this part, it's too abrupt. So I took my knob cutters and I hope you see it has to flow a little bit better. And I'm not going to not saying that we have we will have the best results. Can be that later we have to work on it a little bit more. but at least we can try to do some work. Let me see the front. I think it would be best to take the saw and do this, but I don't want to do this now because we're going to be working on the main design and then see the rest in summer. Oh, let's see. Well, as I say, especially this part needs to be worked on. Maybe it would be nice to take off everything here until here. Take this whole part off. But we're going to do this another time. Let's do some cutting. What are we going to do? Well, I already said we're going to cut this part and this part. So, well, let's cut. The wire, don't worry about the wire, we'll take it off later. So, let's clean that up a bit. Yeah, a little bit there. I think for now we should leave it alone like this. So later we can clean it up a little bit more next year. But for now, let's do it like this. So I'm going to reapply the wire and then I will be back. So, reapplied the wire. As you can see, it's not a champion's job, I have to admit, but we have to do it with this. Now the actual challenge, of course, how am I going to bend this into a nice curve? So, let me see. Well, it's something. I would have wanted this bottom part to go a little bit more for the side, but I have to admit that it's very difficult to bend, so I don't think that this is going to work, to bend it a little bit more for the side or something, because it's all straight. Um, this is something I am happy about. Or happy, happy, happy. Happy is maybe not the correct word, but okay. To be honest, I was just thinking about this. I don't think it's going to be ever going to be a Champions 3. But, well, it's the way it is. This can come more for the side. Well, it's something. Am I happy with this? Well, no, not exactly. Does it look better than it did? Definitely. Definitely. Let's see. And I know what you say, what you probably will say or think. Hey, you have a bar branching here and you don't like this. That's true. But if you have, if you've got so little amount of um, branches to work with, you have to use what you've got. Maybe if I would have done this from the beginning, then um, I could have saved one or two more branches. But I don't think that I cut branches in this region. Um, and with this, you see that sometimes you change your mind, or something doesn't work the way you plan it to be. This is um, part of the result now. Maybe we can wire this one. On the other hand, if I do that, then it looks a lot like, let me see, yeah, then if I do that, then if I do this, then you see that these two branches look uh, well, exactly the same. I don't want to say, but they they look synchro. They grow the same spot, and it doesn't look nice. So I think I'm going to leave them like this. Hopefully, next year we will have some more growth, and then I can late spring I can work a little bit more on those two um, yeah, sides and handle them a bit better. I think with a Dremel or something like that, it will work a little bit more nice than it does now. But and the the wire is there anyway, so I cannot work on it anyway now. So this was it for now. I hope you thought this was interesting enough, because um, well, as I said, it's a little bit disappointing, the results, in the sense I'm not too bothered by it, but this is straight. goes in the same spot as the main trunk. So it would be nice if I could bend it a little bit more for there or for this side. Maybe even if I could bend it a little bit for this side. But well, to be honest, it didn't work out that way. Um, 1 year already makes this sort of soft at some spots, but it's okay. It's the way it is. I want to thank you all for watching again. Um, Thank you very much, and see you next time. Hi there, I'm back. It's all about perception. I was looking at this tree from different sides, and I thought, Michel, you are not smart. If you see this as the front, then it has quite nice movement. Originally, I saw this as the front because of the hollow I created, looking into the hollow. But if you see this as the front, then the whole trunk has a nice curve to it. The only thing I need to do is take out more of this. Take out more of this so you can look more into the trunk from this side of the tree. So that's what we're going to do in spring. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.